What is going on, DB Gang? It's your boy, DBGTX-YT, and today I bring you guys a special video in regards to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Again, hyping up the Kakarot series. It's coming, guys. We are officially, that is right, starting today, we are officially 3 weeks away from the big moment, the big release. So get your engines ready because we are almost taking off. But in today's video, we are talking about something symbolic in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, only for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that has never been done in the past for Dragon Ball Z games. Whether it's been for copyright, or whether it's been for money budgeting, or whether it's been for whatever reason, this is one of the key things that is bringing a lot of the old school fans into the fold that have not played a Dragon Ball Z game because they've thought, oh, it's the same thing over again, or you know, they haven't liked the upbeat modern game OSTs and stuff like that play with the latest Dragon Ball Z games, the more modern Dragon Ball Z games. But this in particular is something that I have not heard anybody touch upon, and we're going to go ahead and address it in this video next. When it comes to Dragon Ball Z gaming, one of the biggest and probably one of the craziest things that I've come to realize in all of Dragon Ball Z gaming is that most of them have never used original soundtrack music from the actual series. And that perspective, what I mean is, for example, Dragon Ball Z has an entire scorecard that was used throughout the entire series. It changed after the Cell Saga into a different style scorecard, and it was by the great Kikuchi. The Kikuchi score in Dragon Ball Z, and all the way up to the end of Z, was one of the most, if not the greatest and most iconic OST in the 90s. It's still remembered today by the biggest Dragon Ball heads in the community, be it Syriacs, be it Geekdom, be it Rhyme Style, you name it. Everybody in the community gives props to the Kikuchi score, which includes Chala, We Gotta Power, the OST for the Ginyu Force, the battle themes, all the way up to the last battle theme, which is battle theme 13, I believe it is. But nonetheless, there are a lot of things that this man brought to the table with Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I was very surprised that we never got any of his scores in an actual video game. Now, we've had renditions as far as like something that sounds similar, so there's no copyrights, but we've never had the actual Kikuchi score in Dragon Ball gaming, period. Budokai 1, if I am correct, Budokai 1 was the first one that had the intro, and I believe that they had the American intro in the American version of Budokai 1, and then in the Japanese they had the Chala Het Chala, if I am correct. Now, if I'm incorrect on that, make sure you go ahead and let me know in the comments section, but I'm pretty positive that that's how Budokai 1 was set up for the English release versus the Japanese release. This brings me to the next point, and that is the Kikuchi score in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Now, if you haven't heard and you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and slap that sub and continue coming through, because we're going to continue talking about all the little things that is making this game be one of the best Dragon Ball games to come out in fact might be the best rendition of a Dragon Ball / anime story that has ever come out. So needless to say, it's definitely up there on the hype list. It's definitely up there in the audience eyesight. We're all just anticipating that this game is going to do as well as the hype, the promotion, and everything else that's surrounding it. So we're looking forward to that. And yeah, but in this case, the Kikuchi score is coming to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot for the first time ever. We are having original score from the actual Dragon Ball Z series being played in the background when we're fighting, when we're roaming, when we're doing certain cutscenes. The biggest thing that they're doing there also is that they are updating the music. So what I mean with update is that we're going to have, for example, in this example, the Ginyu Force battle theme, right? But it's going to be a modernized version with let's say better drum set, better I guess you could say better equipment versus the equipment that was used originally in the 90s, and a better audio system. So it just sounds more modern. That's the best way to explain it. The song sounds almost identical to the original one. It just sounds modern. Very, very, very modern and live, and that makes a world of difference because it feels like you're playing when you're listening to the battle theme song. For example, in the fight with Raditz, you hear in the background dun 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 dun. You get the nostalgia of the original one, but it's also more cinematic, more into it, more modern, to the point where you feel like, it's not the same one from the anime. Is designed to make you feel like you're into the battle and such, and that's something that makes the immersion of being Goku, being Trunks, being Gohan, being Piccolo, being Vegeta, all that makes the immersion that much more deeper, because like in our heads we know the series, so we're gonna get music playing in certain spots where we know that song, that OST, that track was playing, and it's gonna be a more stylish, more modernized version of that particular background track playing in regards to what we're doing. And that's just gonna click on another cylinder of nostalgia for us, because just think about it. Imagine when you fighting Raccoon with Vegeta, which I saw a scene already that you actually fight Raccoon, and there's a cutscene with that and all that good stuff. But man, imagine fighting Raccoon when that song in the Ginyu Force battle theme comes on, just like it did in the actual series. Then that song starts playing. You get hyped up because you remember when Vegeta unleashed that onslaught on Raccoon, although it didn't do anything. But we remember when he did that, and to us, that was like one of the most amazing moments we've seen in the series up to that point. We were like, oh, Vegeta going off! Going off! Most definitely. I can see them putting the music in the background. Or when something bad happens in a cutscene, you can hear that. The Kikuchi score makes Dragon Ball. Y'all got to understand that. That's the bottom line of this video, is that this particular score that's going to be used in this game is going to make this game that much more better in the audio department compared to any game that has ever come out anime wise. This game is going to have the audio department in the palm of its hand. People are going to be eating this up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Some of us may just sit in the start menu listening to just the music. And I guarantee you there will be people who are going to just sit and rip the music from the game and post it on their channel for views and things like that, because not only does it bring back the nostalgia, people love the Kikuchi score. I am telling you guys. So stay tuned for that. Stay on the lookout so how they do that in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and continue to come through here on the channel, because you guys know that this is where you want to be for the heat on Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Anyhow, come through on the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. We got a whole lot of streaming to do in regards to all Dragon Ball Z, including a 72-hour stream. That is right, 72 hours. We're going to be here every day from sun up to sundown, playing Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, flipping it 100%. You don't want to miss it. So come on through. DBGTX over and